The young veteran is on a mission to help feed his Chicago community, and that's just the beginning.
It is. WGN's Sean Lewis introduces us to Dion Dawson and his dream.
We got 2 more shots at the intersection of 5, 7, and May.
It was chaos in the 5700 block of South May in Englewood.
Englewood, Chicago.
The 13-year-old was rushed here in critical condition with multiple gunshots.
As detectives here in the Englewood neighborhood follows the shooting of 13 people.
Chicago police believe this shooting was in retaliation for another shooting.
If you think you know this place from the headlines, stop. And take a few minutes to watch. Oh, man. To breathe as a new chapter is unlocked.
Grab the bungee cords, it's right there.
And opened. Because what we see inside.
We have strawberries, bananas, butter lettuce, potatoes, onions.
Is the start of a dream.
You see that fridge, you open it, having anticipation instead of fear.
Every morning, Dion Dawson heads to the market, buying up all those things, wholesome things,
Oranges, apples,
essential things,
lettuce, strawberries. I think that's it.
that go into that fridge.
Oh, water. Plastic, please.
Every morning, right here at the corner of 57th and South Racine.
All right, how y'all feeling today?
For Dion,
I didn't grow up with a favorite vegetable or fruit, you know what I mean?
it's personal.
So a lot of things I didn't try until after I kind of left the neighborhood.
You can imagine that Dion grew up pretty fast in Englewood.
I grew up here, and I faced violence, I faced poverty, I faced starvation.
He's one of 4 boys.
I'm Dion's mom.
That smile of pride you see, it's Dion's mom, Constance, and she knows just how far her son has come.
He wants to give back to the community. I know he know our struggle, you know. It was hard sometimes to talk about it, but you know, it's a reality.
She did not like it at first when Dion left Englewood and joined the service. More than 5 years he spent in the Navy as petty officer 3rd class, much of it spent at sea.
When I went on my first deployment, I'll never forget, we were about 3 months into a 9-month deployment.
And in that time,
The biggest lesson that I learned while I was in the Navy is adapting faster than everybody else.
his ability to adapt is what brought him right back here.
What's up, guys? What up, what's up, what's up?
With a single fridge in a shack outside a corner store that he went to as a kid.
The store is taking care of all the electricity. They're not charging me a dime.
Where the need he saw as a boy.
There are so many external factors that affect whether or not you eat that day.
Remained the same and became his mission as a man.
We already had some fridges in Chicago, but none in Englewood. But Englewood has the biggest wealth disparity, one of the biggest wealth disparities out of the city.
And that is where Dion's Chicago dream begins, with a fridge of fresh produce stocked every morning to take care of hunger.
I need this fresh fruit.
To feed.
This is a blessing.
Hope.
I appreciate this, and I think everybody else do too.
Some people can't afford nothing to eat, and people should be thankful for what they're doing.
What is your vision for this neighborhood, this area, this corner?
That vacant lot right there on that corner, I'm going to build my dream center right there.
And that is Dion's big vision, a community center right at the corner.
But it's going to prepare future generations. We're going to have a photo studio in there, a conference room where people could just come and rent it out or use it for their business, something that can become a staple in the community. This is my job. My job is to take care of Englewood. And so every day I try to think of different ways that we can help people. I believe that I can do this. If you don't believe that you can do it, you're not going to do it.
It is his belief, formed as a kid in Chicago and galvanized as a young man in the military.
What's in it for you?
Oh, easy, just knowing that I did my part.
And now, as a U.S. veteran, coming home.
It'll be about looking at something that gave to the beautification of the neighborhood.
A dream to feed hope.
There you go. No problem at all. And so that's why I won't stop until I feel that the fruits of my labor reflect the absence of everything that we have in Inglewood.
Wow, the fruits of his labor. Wow, amazing. That was Sean Lewis reporting. Next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., join us for Veterans Voices, honoring those who serve. See more stories like that.